This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The Texans and Chargers squared off. It was a 6-0 lead after 2 field goals by the Chargers. But then the second half, the end of the second half, came alive as the Titans finally got on the board from a Nico Collins 13-yard pass. Touchdown from C.J. Stroud. 7-6. Houston out on top. And one of those big plays was a fumble recovery for a touchdown. He fumbled it, picked it back up from the field, and then slung it down for a first down and a long play. Also a field goal to add to it, 10-6. After a 41-yard field goal, 10-6 was the score at halftime. Texans out on top. A fumble and a turnover on downs and a field goal to make it 13-6. Texans were up 7. A punt and a punt. A interception returned for a touchdown, 20-6. They had now gone on a 13-0 run and add to it a field goal. A 16-0 run by the Texans. The Chargers tried to stay in it with a touchdown on 9 plays, on 3 plays, 70 yards, and were in. But quickly would the Texans respond with a touchdown to make it 32-12. No big plays on that drive. It was a grueling 14-play drive. Interception by the Chargers thrown. That would do. The dagger was already thrown, but that would be the final dagger. 32-12. San Diego LA Chargers lose to the Texans. And in the nightcapper, it was the Steelers and Ravens. And the nightcapper was Steelers and Ravens. It was a punt. And then Rashard Bateman got the long drive started with a 13-play drive. 13 from the 15. Bateman scored. A punt and a punt. A punt. A touchdown. A touchdown by the Ravens. It was 14-0. A punt. A touchdown again. 21-0 into the half. Start the second half. A punt. A touchdown, 21-7. A big play of a run for 37 yards for the Steelers. And got it in from the 30 on a 3rd and 10. It was 21-7. But then the Ravens came right back and scored a touchdown in 4 plays. The Steelers decided that they would kind of stay in it. They were kind of out of it anyways. But a touchdown late on 3rd and 9. Pass to George Perkins for 36 yards. That gave it a 14-28 lead. The Ravens had their chance with a punt. 28-14. But a punt. But the Pittsburgh would have had to punt. And maybe if it was closer, they would have gone for it. But on a 4th and 16, they left him with no choice. A punt again. A turnover on downs, which solved the game. And it may have already been solved. But on a 4th and 15, they did not get it. 28-14. Ravens over Steelers. The Bills and Broncos will square off. Quarterback runner will be Josh Allen. Runner-up will be either runner-up for MVP or MVP. A good indication was that Lamar Jackson was selected to the first team for NFL players, all-team players this year for the 2024 season. Obviously 2024, 2025. He was first team all-player, was Lamar Jackson. And it didn't disappoint yesterday. Josh Allen will be a player to watch out for. He'll probably be the runner-up for the MVP. Running back, James Cook, who had over 1,000 yards this season. Wide receiver, Khalil Shakir. Defensive end, Greg Rosen. All players to watch out for the Bills. Bo Nix, who's having one of the best rookie seasons, probably the second best for a quarterback. Watch out for the two running backs, Javonte Williams and Audric Smith. On defense, watch out for Patrick Surtain. 3 keys for the Broncos to win would be slowing down Shakir Kahi, I mentioned him, containing Josh Allen. For the Bills to win, stay ahead of the sticks, diagnose, look on defense what the Broncos are doing, use the home crowd to start fast. This game kicks at 1 Eastern and 12 Central and 11 a.m. Mountain Time. The Eagles will host the Packers. Eagles key players to watch out for. We'll start with the Packers on that side. Quarterback Jordan Love, running back Josh Jacobs, wide receiver Jaden Reed, defense Xavier McKinney, safety. For the Eagles, it's Jalen Hurts, running back Saquon Barkley, my argument for MVP, but since he's a running back, he won't get it. He's over 2,000 yards this season. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. Defense for the Eagles to watch out for is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. For the keys to the game, just the keys we're giving to you. 1 would be the quarterback health of both teams. Defensive matchups, who guards who. Who is going to execute and finish the job. Kick is at 4:30 and 3:30 Central. Buccaneers and Commanders will be the final game. Tonight, Buccaneers, key player to watch out for, quarterback Baker Mayfield, running back Bruce Irving, wide receiver Mike Evans, and defense Vita Vea. For the Washington Commanders, it's Jaden Daniels, running back Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler, and Jaden Daniels leads them in rushing yards. Wide receiver Trey McClain will also be a player to watch out for. Defense, Dante Fowler Jr. and Marshawn Lattimore. 5 keys for the Commanders to win. Be ready for the blitz. Trey McClain, 10 targets or more. Slow down Bruce Irving. And Commanders need something for the defensive tackle position. For the Bucs to win. Commanders run defense versus Bruce Irving. Marshawn Lattimore versus Mike Evans. Marshawn Lattimore needs to slow him down. And Jaden Daniels versus head coach Ty Bowles. And so obviously running for Bruce Irving was the first one. Kick is at 8 o'clock. Now we move on to college basketball. It was 25-24 Cincinnati. But at the second half, KU rolled with 30 points of their own and only 15 for Cincinnati. They doubled them in the second half. Kansas wins 54-40, a low-scoring game, which is kind of the game that Kansas wants to play for right at this moment. And Mizzou gets out to a 41-32 lead at the halftime buzzer. In fact, at one time, Missouri led by 16, I believe. And in the second half, Vanderbilt came back on Missouri as Vanderbilt would get it down to 1. And they were playing great defense, but Missouri kind of just kept the lead the whole way through and kept it. They did not get the lead with Vanderbilt. And Missouri winds up running away from it from the end, winning by 9, 75-66. Mizzou